Hey, it's Mimi, and I just wanted to do a quick video unpacking in a bit more detail the concept of everyone is you pushed out, because it seems to be a really big concept for people to wrap their head around. It has a huge impact on your ability to manifest and create the life that you want, and so it's really, really something important for people to understand. So I wanted to unpack it in a little bit more detail in this video. So the concept of everyone is you pushed out is language that's used by Neville Goddard. If you haven't heard of him, he was around in sort of the 40s onwards. But it's something that Abraham Hicks talks about a lot. It's a concept that a lot of kind of metaphysical or law of attraction teachers talk about. And really, the concept is really saying that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, which I think is sometimes an easier concept for people to wrap their head around. So if you're experiencing people, for example, that are not reflecting love or not loving you or not prioritizing you, that's a reflection coming from you, right? Our relationships, our world is a mirror of what is going on inside of us. What that actually means, though, is not necessarily that people don't love you if you're not getting love back. It may be that you're projecting onto them your own lack of love. So if you're feeling not loved or not important or not valued or not wanted, then you're going to project that out to people, and they're going to mirror that back to you in their behavior towards you. So it's really important to kind of understand that, particularly with respect to a specific person, with respect to any type of relationship, whether it's work related, friendship, neighbor, parent, child, partner, but also with respect to what you're trying to create. So if it's a dream job, or it's any type of specific condition, you want to bring in a new car, a new house, new baby, any of that stuff, like all creation, starts from within. So first and foremost, if you're experiencing things in your reality, in your 3D, that are not to your liking, firstly acknowledge that it's coming from within, because you create your world. So everything you're experiencing externally, everyone, whether it's people that you know, people that you don't know, people on the street, all of those experiences are coming from what you're projecting out on how you're showing up as a person, how you're behaving, whether you're appearing confident, not confident, feeling loved, not feeling loved, feeling important, not feeling important. That's all then going to be mirrored back to you. And that's intentional, right? That's intentional so that through our outer world, we can understand what's going on, oftentimes subconsciously within ourselves, and we can correct it. So if you're finding that you're experiencing things in your outer world that are not to your liking, first and foremost, acknowledge that you have created it, right? Because everything in your outer world you've created. But also remind yourself that now that you know better, you can do better. So don't acknowledge it from a place of judgment and beating yourself up, because that's not going to be helpful. Become aware of it. Forgive yourself for creating it. That's where Ho'oponopono comes in. That's another video that I've done explaining that, but that's kind of how Ho'oponopono fits in, is you forgive yourself for creating the unwanted thing or condition. And then you have to really go within to change it. You have to become more aware of how you're feeling to create what's being mirrored back to you. Now, particularly with respect to people, whether it's a relationship, a specific person, a partner, or someone that you're experiencing, like a family member or a work colleague or neighbor, that is not necessarily going to be a direct mirror back to you. So let's say, for example, you're not being treated by your partner the way you want to, you're not being loved, you're not being treated as if you're valued, you're not being treated as if you're important. That doesn't necessarily mean they think that about you, right? Because you're projecting onto them how you feel about yourself, and they're mirroring that behavior back to you. So it's important to not kind of get tangled up in the notion that, oh, well, they're mirroring back to me that I'm not loved. No, they're mirroring back to you that you feel they don't love you, and therefore they have no choice but to play out that script that you've created for them, that you've projected onto them. And I think what's powerful about that particular aspect is it enables you to not take it personally, what you're experiencing from the other person, because ultimately, in taking responsibility for creating it, you realize that's not how they really feel. I'm simply projecting onto them how I feel about myself and how I think about them and how I think they feel about me, and therefore they're just playing it out. So it's a mirror to what's going on inside of you, not what's going on inside of them, what's going on inside of you. And the beauty of that is that you can then go inward to change it. So whatever you're experiencing in your life at the moment, if it's unwanted, I think, again, first acknowledge that, okay, I've created this. I take full responsibility for my life and my creation. I forgive myself for creating something that's unwanted, but I know that nothing is fixed, nothing is permanent, and all I have to do is go inward to change what I'm seeing in my outer world. And then it's about becoming rooted in that, being committed to going inwards and doing the work and changing what you're thinking, feeling, believing about yourself, and what you're thinking, feeling, and believing about that person or that topic. So if it's job related, if it's health related, if it's money related, or if it's relationship related, or it's some other topic, try to get under the hood of what you believe about that topic, because that's what's then creating the thoughts and the feelings that you're then projecting out onto your 3D, and then you're getting that experienced back to you. So the beauty of that is it's actually not that complicated to change it. It's really about, as I said, becoming much more aware in yourself of what's subconsciously going on. And of course, the more you become aware of what you're thinking, feeling, and believing about various topics, you can then change those beliefs to create what you want. And that might be, I easily and quickly earn abundant amounts of money without significant effort. You might have a belief about money that is, I have to work hard for money. Well, that's just a belief. And by changing that belief, you can create a different reality for yourself. So by getting under the hood of what you're thinking, feeling, and believing about the relevant topic, you can then set about changing it. And once you change it, it's just about being committed to that new belief and that new way of showing up. And that's where affirmations come in. Affirmations are really about helping your subconscious mind adopt this new set of beliefs or this new way of thinking. In the same way, in many cases, whether it be years or decades, we've been affirming these beliefs that have then created these unwanted things. It takes a little bit of time. So I think be patient with yourself in, adopting these new beliefs. But that's where the function of affirmations come in, is that they help us to change our thinking, particularly our subconscious thinking, around these particular topics and the beliefs underneath those particular topics. By doing that, we then make it normal and natural to believe, for example, that it doesn't take a lot of effort to earn money and money is abundant and everywhere, or that our specific person loves us, values us, and prioritizes us. And once we adopt and believe in those new beliefs and we've committed to them, then it's really about just staying faithful. And that's kind of where the letting go part of the process comes in. It's not letting go of the desire or the belief that you're going to have it. It's letting go of the need to keep trying to create it. It's accepting that you've created it. It's accepting that it's coming in. It's having faith that it will show up in your 3D. But from a creation perspective, believing it's already created, the universe is then creating the bridge of incidents that's going to bring it into your 3D. So I hope that helps you understand the everyone is you pushed out concept, or as I like to describe it, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world concept, because it makes it far more palatable to deal with a unwanted situation. I know for myself, when I come across things, whether it's a parking ticket or something, more significant, I can straight away diffuse any anger or frustration or despair or sadness, because straight away I can take ownership for the fact that I've created it. 2, I can forgive myself for creating it. 3, I can realize that nothing is permanent, and nothing is done. And therefore I can set about going, what was I thinking, feeling, and believing about this particular topic or this particular person, and what new beliefs do I need to adopt and affirm in order to create the outcome that I want. So I hope that helps you. I hope that gives you a little bit of peace, particularly around things that you might experience that are unwanted. And I hope that helps you with your manifesting. All the best. Bye.